here at the prestigious Crown Plaza Hotel in Kensington, London, for the Global Authors Award 2018. It's an award ceremony that rewards and recognises people of intellect who inspire through their writing. So I'll be joined by many of the recipients and the nominees of this prestigious award. So stay tuned. I'm joined by the hosts of this evening's wonderful event, Victor Tarfer and Michelle Raymond. And of course they say ladies first, so I'm going to speak to the lady in red. Good afternoon, Michelle.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
How are you?
Really well. Really well.
And apart from being a host, tell us more about yourself.
So my name is Michelle Raymond and I'm the founder of The People's Partner, which is a HR and coaching consultancy. We work with small and medium businesses and provide the whole HR outsource delivery, and we also do business consulting, and most of our clients are in the Middle East and also in the USA.
Okay. And of course, being such an intellectual and an articulate lady, you could have chosen to host any event. Why this one?
Well, you know what? I really love Philip. He's got such a heart for people, and I said to him that, you know, whatever he needs on the day, I will just put on my flat shoes, apart from now, and I will get, and I will muck in. So I'm just here to help people. Okay. Yeah.
And Victor, tell us more about yourself.
Yes, I'm Victor Tarfer. I am an international transformational speaker. I'm also an author myself. My book is called Seasons of Life. And I'm also an MC. I focus on corporate MCing. So I've done MCing right around the world, from New York to Albania to Nigeria to, you know, I've been in Kenya, Ghana. List is long. And so my main thing is mainly because I just love to share love, basically. So as an MC, obviously your job is to keep the tempo up in the room, to make sure value is delivered properly, and to make sure everyone is alive. So I just love doing that.
Well, I hope we stay alive by the end of this event. Tell us a bit more about Seasons of Life.
Yeah, Seasons of Life came to mind when I started my work in Nigeria, where I'm actually from, and I was going out there to transform the minds of the people, you know, so we can change the country. And I spent a whole year doing that, obviously out of my own pocket, my own money, because that was just my love, and that's what I just wanted to do. Well, it got to a point where I was supposed to shift a gear, but I kept on pushing myself at the same level, not realizing that season of sowing is over. It's time for me to harvest all the things I've been doing. Yeah. And then I sort of found myself in a state where I was ill, I was broke, obviously, because I was spending all the money traveling and everything. And then suddenly I was just starting in the kitchen, and then it just came to my mind, Victor, why are you trying to sow in your harvest season? You know, and at the moment I shifted that, everything changed. Because the key thing in life is frustration always comes from when you stand still for too long. It's time to move, but obviously we're always trying to, not shifting gears. Yeah. So I learned how to shift that gear, and I just felt, you know, I need to share this with the world, you see, because a lot of people, when they complain and moan and moan and moan, the biggest problem is the fact that all they have to just shift a gear in their lives to the next gear, and they find themselves moving faster and forward.
Okay, that's incredible. And where can we find copies of this book?
Well, the copies of the book, there's some in my bag there, which I was thinking, which is no good. Yeah, but also it's available on Amazon, so you can get the books on Amazon. If you live in Nigeria, I've actually had a second edition out.
Just proving that it's never ever too early to start showcasing your talent. I'm joined here on the red carpet by an incredible young lady. She's only 7 years old. Her name's Alicia Watson, and she's one of the recipients. She's an author. Good afternoon, Alicia.
Hello everyone, my name is Alicia Watson. I am the author of my little book of positive affirmations. I believe that positive stays in the right mindset. Change your words and change your life.
That's incredible. I bet your mum and dad are very proud of you.
Yes, they are.
What's your book about?
It's about positive words and like positive words and positive affirmations.
Is it just for children, or is it for children and grown-ups?
Children and mums.
Children and mums. Okay. And what makes you feel positive?
What makes me feel positive is getting a book and thanking my mum for making this book.
Would you like to be an author when you grow up?
Yes.
It's incredible. Well, we're very, very incredibly honoured to have met you. This is such a great accomplishment. You're the youngest author I've personally ever met, and I'm very proud of you. So congratulations, Alicia.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
I'm joined on the red carpet by Mr. Philip Oladejo, the founder of the Global Authors Awards 2018, and his beautiful wife. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. Thank you.
How long has this organisation been in existence?
I've been organising events for the past few years, but this is actually the first Global Authors Award that we're organising, and it's amazingly brilliant.
And what was the inspiration behind the concept?
The inspiration is to give every author a recognition that they deserve. You know, most of the time when you go for an award, you get just few people being acknowledged. And then what happened for the rest? What happened to the rest of people? And I thought the inspiration is to give every author a recognition they deserve because they've worked hard for it and they deserve it.
Tell us more about, because you're a writer yourself, tell us more about your work.
My book, or the title was The Man in You. I'm a business strategist, and also I'm a motivational speaker. So I motivate people to move from the level they are to the higher level. So my book is about moving people from where they are to where they need to be. Yes.
Why do you think it's important to read?
It's important to read for educational purposes, and they said readers are leaders. So readers are thinkers, and thinkers are leaders. And if you are going to be great in life, or if you're going to do anything successful in life, you need to learn to read, to think, for you to be a reader.
And madam, what's your name?
I'm Bolanle Oladejo.
Okay, and how do you feel being here today?
I feel amazing. I feel excited. You know, the outturn, you know, the support, the love that we've had from people from far, wide and near. It's been just amazing. It's been beautiful. Thank you.
And why do you think it's important to recognise people?
People need to be recognized for their hard work, because I believe that they've made an effort, you know, no matter how little it is. I believe for someone to be called an author, you know, they've had sleepless nights, they've had days when they had to read, they had to study. So it's so important to recognize their efforts. And I think it helps to boost not just their career, it helps to boost their morale as well, and helps them to think about the next level they have to go to.
And apart from your lovely husband, what kind of books do you like to read?
I love to read books primarily about home matters, about marriage, you know, because the both of us run a club called the Couples Club, where we talk to people about marriage, we talk about home, we talk about how to raise your children in a loving environment. So I love to read books, you know, from subjects ranging from family matters to how to settle scores within the home, you know, everything that affects the society, I love to be involved in.
And how can they find out more about you?
If you want to find out more about the Global Authors, the website is www.theglobalauthors.com. Theglobalauthors.com.
Well, this is an elegant event, and we're looking forward to it.
Yes, amazing. Today has been amazing, and tonight it's going to be fantastic, fantabulous.
We can tell already. Well, thank you both.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you for coming. God bless you.
Good afternoon, Dad.
Good afternoon. It's good to see you again here.
Thank you so much, sir. Dad needs no introduction. He's popularly known as Daddy Peter Price Tech. Daddy, you're an incredibly busy man. What brought you here today?
For two reasons. Number one, to celebrate goodness, and then again to also celebrate my granddaughter, who is also one of the nominees for the awards, by the grace of God. Yes.
And why do you think it's important for us to read?
Because ignorance is actually the opposite of knowledge. So if you refuse to learn, then you will live, let me say, in the graveyard. So it's good to learn and to read, because the more you read, then you can become a better leader. Yeah, it's very important. And these days, reading is actually fading away. People are reading nonsense. So it's good to read the right thing, by the grace of God.
And if there's someone who's at home who's being very lazy about birthing the book on the inside of them, what would you say to them?
I would say, please come out of your shell, because at the end of the day, you have something important that is right inside of you. Until you give birth to such things, then you will not have understanding of what the world looks like. So please come out of your shell, write a book, because the world is waiting on you, waiting for you, and waiting after you.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. It's nice seeing you again. Bless you. Thanks, yes.
I'm joined on the red carpet by my big mummy. Her name is Mummy Julia Price-Tuck. She looks absolutely dazzling, and she's one of the strongest supporters of this event. Good evening, Ma.
Good evening, my darling. Good to see you again. Looking beautiful as usual, just like mommy, your mom, beautiful mom.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So what made you come out to support this evening?
When Pastor Philip called myself and Pastor, and he shared the vision with us, we embrace it. This is good. Global Authors Award. I've never heard of global award before, author award before. We have so many awards, author award, but global. To bring the whole world together under one roof, this is amazing. So we have to support him and his beautiful wife. That's why we're here tonight.
And why do you think it's important for people to read?
If you want to lead, you need to read. If you want to gain more knowledge, you need to read. It's important for people to read. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mum.
Thank you too.
Hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you. We Otun AraTV, thank you so much. I celebrate you and good to see you again.
Thank you.
God bless you. Yes, bye-bye. Bye.
I'm joined here on the red carpet by Natalie Lawrence. She's one of the nominees of an award this evening. Good evening, Natalie.
Good evening.
Or afternoon even. What's the name of your book?
The Mindful Emotions, The Way to Emotional Wellbeing and Happiness.
Okay. And what's the inspiration behind the book?
Personal development, transformation, huge changes in my own life, and I wanted to pass on that knowledge to other people.
I haven't read your book, but if I do, of what benefit would it be to me?
Focus and change around your mindset, change around your physical, mental well-being, changes around your goals, desires, plans for dreams, aspirations in life.
And how does it feel to be a nominee this evening?
So excited and so grateful. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Take care. Hi,
you.
Zeinab.
Hey, nice meeting you. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. Are you an author or a guest?
I'm an author.
Okay. And tell us more about your work.
I wrote a book. My book is called You Are a Masterpiece. It's all about how to step into your awesomeness and greatness and stop doubting you're absolutely here on this earth to bring the best out of you, to step into your power and to take back your power over your life and experiences, to be the magnificent being you're on this earth to be. And this is why what your masterpiece is about, is really empowering people, bringing the best out of them, and then allowing them to experience the fullness that life has to offer.
And for those who may be introduced to you for the first time, what's your full name?
Zeinab Nestor.
And are you a nominee this?
I am a nominee today, yes.
How do you feel?
Oh my gosh, I'm the winner actually. I know, I just know deep within me that my book is here for a reason. I believe in divine timing, and one of the reasons that I decided to bring it to the world right now is a few weeks ago, I was in the desert in California, and I met this guy, and we were talking, and he told me about how, to me he was beautiful. It was like, wow. And then when you start talking to people and getting a little bit further deep into the conversation, I realized that he actually was obese before, and then he lost 30 pounds or more. And then he told me that every time that he looks in the mirror, he still sees the fat him. And that tore my heart apart. And I was like, you know what? Your masterpiece is for you. And that was, for me, the divine timing to bring it to the world. So it's time for people to start valuing themselves and seeing themselves as the beautiful being they are. Enough of doubting your greatness, enough of not putting yourself out there, and enough of undervaluing yourself and not seeing this beauty. Because during this conversation, I was the only one seeing the beauty in him, and he was not even able to see it. And that was just talking about it gives me goosebumps. I was like, no, you can't do this to yourself. I just want to shake him. I was like, wake up, please. You're the magnificent being. You're a beautiful being. And that is what your masterpiece is about, really giving that power back to people over everything.
Well, that sounds incredibly motivational, and I'll be hopefully we have copies inside.
Okay, it's under publication right now, so we don't have a paper copy, but I'll be putting it on Amazon as an ebook first before having the hard copy. But I'm cherishing my hard book copy, so it's definitely going to be here before the end of this year.
Okay, well, congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your evening.
Yay, thanks a lot. Thank you for having me here.
I'm joined by Ruth Matenda, who's also an author, here on the red carpet. Good afternoon, Ruth.
Good afternoon.
How do you feel today?
I'm so excited to be here. Yeah, it's my first time to be on such an event, and I'm also a first-time author, so I'm so excited.
Have you been nominated?
Yes, I have been. Yeah.
Tell us about your book.
Well, basically, my book is about myself. It's more of my autobiography. Yeah, my life journey when I got married, because I was married for 32 years, but the marriage was an abusive relationship, I should say, and for those 32 years I went through quite a lot. So when I came out of it, I thought, well, okay, why can't I just inspire other people about, well, by writing a story about my journey and where I stand right now, because after I came out of the abuse, I've achieved quite a lot. Yep.
What's the book called?
It's called Roller Coaster Marriage.
Where can we find it?
Well, it's on Amazon. Okay. Yes, it's on Amazon. And if you want a hard copy, you can always get in touch with me.
And will you be planning on writing any more books?
Yes, I am. Actually, I'm on my second part now, Roller Coaster Marriage Part 2. And then I'm planning on writing something about raising up children as a single parent, and also being a grandma when you are single. I'm also I'm planning to write something in those lines.
And just briefly, just say something encouraging to someone who might be in a similar situation that you were in and just doesn't know how to get out.
Well, what I want to say to women out there who are going through domestic violence is that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not where you are right now, but it's where you are going. That's my motto, yeah. And I want to encourage them to speak out and to come out of it, yeah. And do not be intimidated by the stigmatization, because I know there's a lot of stigma when it comes to women when they want to come out of domestic violence. But do not be intimidated, because look at me, I've done it, and I'm a living example.
And you're not being nominated for an award today, isn't it?
Oh yes, not only this nomination, because I'm a holder of this is going to be my 13th award, and for this month of November, this is going to be my 3rd award. So I just want to inspire other women out there that you can do it, and don't be deterred by what people are going to say, because you're going to have enemies from your own family, from your you're going to lose friends, you will lose family members, but at the end of the day, they will definitely understand where you're coming from. So please, ladies out there, don't just stay in a relationship which is toxic. And also think about your children when you're going, because when you're going through domestic violence, it's not only about you, but also about the children around you, because it also affects them, and that's where mental health comes into effect. Yeah.
You're such an achiever and such an inspiration. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoy your afternoon.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Otun AraTV.
I'm joined by a beautiful lady on the red carpet, Tammy Price. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
I love your jewellery.
Thank you, thank you.
Now tell me, what are your favourite types of books?
The books that I like to read, I like The Secrets, of course, How to Acquire Money, written by Prestek Peter Oyebobola, and is one of the speakers for tonight. So I came with my dad, yes, to celebrate my dad, to support him as well.
And why do you think it's important for us to read?
It is very, very important for us to read, because everything is being done by book, internet. So if you don't read the book, that means you're behind the clock. you are behind everything. Even if you want to apply for a job, you have to fill a form, you have to go with the questions. So it is very, very important to read. And then by you reading a book, you acquire more of knowledge and understanding. You won't be a novice, like you go outside now, you're talking, you just want to blah, 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 blah words. But when you read, you quote one of the authors, you know, you quote their words, and then they will say, oh, this girl, she's wise, you know. So it's very, very important for us to read and keep on reading. You can never get bored of reading.
Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you.
Enjoy your afternoon.
I will.
I'm joined by one of the nominees here on the red carpet. He's an author, and his name is Alexander Ocheje. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Yes.
And tell us about your book.
My book is called One Wall Away, and the book unveils 20 steps or strategies on how to overcome any wall that's confronting you in life.
Is it a religious book or is it just a motivational?
You call it a bit of both. It's a book that carries the origination of the book. It's actually identifying with the stories from the Bible and how even someone from a secular background can use it to apply to their lives. So there are so many principles that are unveiled in the book that can help anyone from any walks of life, any background, regardless of your values and your beliefs and your religion. So the book is applicable at all levels.
How long did it take to write?
Well, let me put it this way. The book hasn't taken me that long to write. Unfortunately, it's not been officially printed and published here today, but it's currently being worked on. Now, it didn't take me a lot because I'm a pastor. I speak at conferences. I'm a business strategist. I'm an entrepreneur. And all these has actually helped me over the past few years to have my manuscripts, or maybe materials if you like. But what has happened over the years is not having the platform or someone who can help you get what you carry on the inside of you into a book. And that's what Philip has done. So his own platform has become, you know, more or less a place where I've birthed what I've been carrying for such a long time.
And if there's someone who's watching you at home who also wants to birth their concepts but doesn't have the courage, what would you say?
Look for someone who can collaborate with you. We live in a world where we need more collaborators than more competitors. I can collaborate with someone and yet not compete with what they have. Okay, so Pastor, Philip is someone who very humble. And when I got connected with him, I call that a blessing. And he has helped me to actually overcome at least one wall. If anything, become an author who now has an authority, because now I have a book in writing.
Well, congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you so much, and it's nice being here. Thank you.
Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you too. I'm joined by Rachana Jain here at the Global Author Awards. Good afternoon, Rachana.
Good afternoon.
How do you feel being here today?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm loving it here. It's an amazing event with amazing people from all around the world.
Have you been nominated?
Yes, I have been.
And how does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. I'm super excited. At the same time, nervous a bit.
And we can see your brilliant work here. Tell us about your book.
Okay, so my first book is called Awake Your Dreams, Stop Procrastinating, Start Achieving. So this book is about, I've created a 6-steps dream system in the book. What that means is people can follow the system and use that in their day-to-day life and achieve any goal they have in their life. It can be related to relationships, to their personal, professional goal, personal goal, any of them. And then my second book, which has just been released on 1st November, is this book. It's called Sovereign, 8 Steps to Winning a Pageant. So last year I won a beauty pageant in China. And so now I've decided, why not spread the wisdom with all the people out there, aspiring pageant queens who would love to know more about how to win a pageant.
You look funky and fabulous.
Thank you. And sorry?
You look funky and fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for interviewing me, and I'm grateful to be here today.
Okay, where can we find out more information or purchase your book?
So you can purchase the book from my website. It's called Rachana, RACHANAA, Jain, JAIN.com. Or if you search my name online, you can go to Amazon, and the books are available on Amazon as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye. I'm joined on the red carpet by a lady with a very unique name. Her name is Talent Chioma Mundi Castle, and she's one of the authors here at the Global Author Awards. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too.
How are you today?
I'm beautiful. I'm too excited. It's super excited.
Tell us about your book.
Wow. My book is an interesting book. It's a pain. It's what I call street to strength. My book is all about an orphan child, a child soldier who lived on hope and faith. And having survived the Civil War as a child soldier and the torture, the trauma I went through in my life, I decided, promised to myself, that I have to talk about it. I have to tell the world about it. I have to empower women to take control of their own power.
And what country did this take place in?
Well, I was born in Nigeria, in a small village in Owerri, formerly Eastern Nigeria, but today Imo State. That's where my life began, and that's it really.
Okay, so this book itself is autobiographical. It's based on your life story.
Yes, this is my autobiography.
What gave you the courage to speak out about your story?
Wow, that is an interesting thing. Being a child soldier who lived in the land of the living and in the land of the dead, I could not keep the pain down. Yeah. I had to get it out. Yeah. Because sometimes we go from pain to pleasure.
Pain to purpose in this case. And where can we find copies of this book to buy?
Oh, well, all over Google it, Amazon or ebook. Okay. Yes, the new book is coming out. It's called Find the Diamond Within You. And sad it's not here today, but very soon it will be out there too. Yeah.
Well, talent, you're very talented.
And I run a group, actually. It's called the Authentic Champion Sustainable Substance Women, Global Women. Yeah, which means empowering women all over the world.
Can we find out more about that on Facebook or on the internet?
Very soon. It's under the process of registration. You got to go through the protocol to get anything like that out. I'm determined to make it. I'm determined to empower women.
Congratulations, Talent.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your afternoon.
I will do. I'm enjoying it so far. It's awesome. Thank you.
Earlier I was joined by super talented author Alicia Watson. Would you know it runs in the family because her mum, Michelle Watson, is also an author. Good afternoon, Michelle.
Good afternoon. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. And how do you feel today, generally?
Absolutely over the moon, especially seeing my daughter, the attention, the way she's talking to people, explaining herself, her book is just phenomenal.
And at what age did you realize that Alicia had a talent?
Well, she came to me, so when she was 6, because she's seen me working with other people with their books and my books, and she said, Mom, I want to be an author too. And you know, just like my pastor's always taught me, don't ignore, neglect words that come from the mouth of children because of their age. And I thought, okay, so what would you write about? So she does positive affirmations every morning in the mirror. And she said, I would write about my affirmations and share it with children. So I thought, okay then. So I started to ask her, do you know what positive affirmation is about? Do you know what it means? She said, yeah, it's words that you speak, you'll be bold, you'll be powerful. And I thought, okay, maybe we have something going here. So we sat down every evening when she came from school and we would go through the affirmations that she knows, some Bible verses as well, because at the back of it we've shared some Bible verses that she's been learning. And I'm just so blown away by where it's gone and the interest that he has gathered, because especially in the UK, many people don't take the time out to really do mindset work with children. So I believe it's very important, and I'm glad that we did it.
From her positive affirmations book, what's the biggest lesson you've learned?
The biggest lesson that I've learned is that children understand. Do not underestimate them. They understand the things she comes out with sometimes, and I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, oh my God, like her own talk for today, she prepared that. And she was on the train coming down and she was like, and you are beautiful. And the things she was saying, so don't underestimate anyone, whether it be age, gender, anything. Don't underestimate.
Tell us about your work.
Great. So I've written 2 books and 2 ebooks. So my first book was about children with special needs, because my son has a special need, as they say. And it was about coming through a rough patch, because I was in an abusive marriage and I had attempted suicide years ago because of that. And I was able to come from that. But then I started thinking about the women that don't have that support, don't have the church around them, don't have a big family to take them from that place of recognizing that, you know what, you may have gone through a rough patch, but there's still that potential that God gave you, that God-given gift is still in you. And so that's what my first book is about. And then the second book, I wrote it because even though I came from that, I still had excuses that I was telling myself, and some that people had told me, and that held me back from taking big steps. So I took a step to one point, but there was still more that I could do. I realized that. And once I was able to do that, and now what I see transpiring from that, I realized those were excuses. So the second one is titled Rise Above and Believe. It's do or lie. So you can either do or tell yourself the lies that other people have told you, or the lies that you've been told from a child growing up. You're stupid, you're not good enough, you know. So that's what my work is. So now I work with individuals around sharing their story. And I also work with people that have business ideas, but they just don't know how to monetize it. And I'm also a speaker trainer.
So how can we find out more about you and your work and all the additional things you do in addition to being an author?
Okay, great. So one of the things I didn't mention, I'm a co-pastor as well. So I do quite a lot. I do quite a lot. So I do events, I do master classes, I do women events. The next women event is Women Be on the 23rd of March. And also they can find me on breakfree-forever.com. So www.break-freeforever.com. And they'll be able to see all of my work on there. I'm on Facebook, author Michelle Watson, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media platforms.
Oh, you are, as a family unit, I don't even know whether to call you a quadruple threat, sixfold threat, but it's incredible meeting you. Congratulations on all your wonderful accomplishments and being out there inspiring other women like yourself.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yet another author on the red carpet, Merlin Eulis. Good afternoon, Merlin.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Tell us about your work.
Basically, I'm a philanthropist. This book is all about a philanthropic work. Every penny that I collect goes to a back-to-school program in Uganda, Haiti, and also there are a few organizations in Nigeria that I am working with. We provide leadership empowerment workshop for young adults and women in general. So basically, that's all it is about.
And tell us, what's the title of the book?
The title is The Common Needs, the needs that we have in common that we neglected sometime.
And I know so many people see society at a meltdown or the issues that people have, and they don't do anything about it. What was it for you personally that moved you to try and make a change?
It has to do with my upbringing, because in my culture there is a saying that says La charité bien ordonnée commence par soi-même. I think the equivalent for it in English is like charity start at home. So as young children in my household, we were encouraged to help where help is needed. So I look around myself, I believe the most important things that could help to eradicate poverty is education. And studies have proven that when a young girl stays in school longer, she has more chance to have children later on in life. So for me, that was my target. I love to see young women empowered, help themselves. By helping themselves, they're helping the family. Helping the family, they're helping the community and the world at large.
I know you've been nominated this afternoon. How do you feel?
It's a good feeling, absolutely wonderful, because you do it with your heart, with no expectation, and then all of a sudden such a great privilege come across. It absolutely melts your heart and, you know, add a bit extra on your gratitude cup, you know, so I'm very grateful, to be honest.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How can I find out more about you?
If you go on www.merlinulis.co.uk, all my life stories there. I'm joking. All my works are there. The organization that I support, where I have been in the world. I travel a lot to do what I do, so I'm very thankful. If you can go purchase the book, tell your friend about it, so I will be happy.
Well, congratulations once more.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your afternoon.
I will do.
Guten Abend.
Yes.
Bernadette. Good afternoon, Bernadette. How are you?
I'm very, very fine, and I'm really blessed that I'm here. Thank you.
Tell us about your book.
I'm the publisher and also the author of the book. We're two publishers, and it's about the first aid of the soul, and it's a very practical book, and it's the emergency tools. And I asked different people what their fastest tool they have or strategy they have when there's an emergency. Everybody of us knows, like emergencies, we have a lot of challenges, and most of the time we cannot handle the challenges. And it's always about different aspects, how you can handle challenges. And I'm a researcher, and I'm doing a lot of resilience methods. So I do research and create myself methods. And therefore I ask different people from different branches, hey, what's your best emergency tool to bring them out for people? Because my deepest belief is that everybody of us have a lot of potentials in us, and we only have to discover or remember them again. And this book will be is the first book of a whole series. We will bring out in different languages next year. And I do, this is like the basic book, and for different target groups we will create separate books. It's very low threshold, so that a lot of people are a little bit afraid to go to a coach or to a therapist, and this is a book where they can really use it. It's a very practical book and can apply it right away into their daily living.
And how do you say the title in German?
In German, Erste Hilfe für die Seele. It's a first aid of the soul. And I'm from Austria, and that's where it's like a German book, but we will bring it out at least in English and French, and we also want to bring it out in all the basic or the main languages from the world, because when you can read or apply something what's really from your language, it's just way much easier to use it. And that's why.
Well, Bernadette, vielen Dank. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Thank you very much, and have a good evening. Thank you. Bye.
I'm joined by Susan Franco, also an author, here on the red carpet. Good afternoon, Susan.
Oh, good evening. Nice to be here. Thank you so much.
You look incredibly glamorous.
Thank you so much. Yeah, all the way from South Africa, Johannesburg. We tried to do our best.
A lot sunnier there than here, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's like 37 degrees today.
Tell us about your book.
Oh, my books. I have two books, and they're both about South African history, and they're both about women who have made a difference. So I'm very much women empowerment. The first story is about a black lady, the first black lady that got taken to Europe, 1810. And my second book is about an Indian girl who marched with Gandhi in 1913.
And who, as a woman, is your greatest inspiration?
Oh, my word. Oprah. Of course, Oprah. Oh, my word. Modern day inspiration, but I do draw inspiration from both of these characters. They weren't famous. They believed what they stood for, and they fought depression back in 1810 and 1913. So actually they are my heroes. Yeah.
And how can we find out more about you and your work?
Yes, I have a website, www.sfranco.co.za, all the way from Johannesburg. It's so nice to be in London right now. I'm super chuffed.
Well, we hope you enjoy the evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take care.
So much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now I'm joined by Rochana Jane here on the red carpet, and not only is she an author, she's also a beauty pageant queen, would you believe it, and a beauty pageant consultant. Good afternoon, Rochana.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm so grateful to be here today.
It's wonderful for us to have you here. Tell us about your book.
Okay, so my book is called Awake Your Dreams, Stop Procrastinating, Start Achieving, whereby I've highlighted a 6-step system for people to achieve whatever goals and dreams they have in life, whether it's related to career, relationships, or finance. And then I've also got another book, which is called Sovereign, which is 8 steps to winning a pageant, as I won an international pageant.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And tell us more about the experience of being a beauty pageant contestant.
Oh, it was amazing experience. I had this amazing ladies from all around the world. We were 30 plus and from all different parts, and we were, the first day we had this amazing event where we were supposed to bring a gift for everyone from our own countries. And that was like the best thing ever, and I still cherish those memories, and we had so much fun. We became like friends for life, and literally last week one of my friends flew from Malaysia and I met her here and I showed the London around, so it was great.
And if someone's at home who wants to either be an author or, like yourself, enter the beauty pageant world, what would you say to encourage them?
I would say that do not limit yourself by thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I don't have a good body, I'm too old. Because in beauty pageant, it's not just about your outer beauty, it's about your inner beauty. You're not just only a model, but you are also a role model to others. And it's how you inspire others is what's going to make a difference.
And where can we find out more information about you?
So you can find it through my website. It's called rachanajain.com, RACHANAAJAIN.com. And you can drop me an email and I'll be more than happy to help you.
Well, Rachana, enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you so much. Again, bye.
Here is Philip Chen. He's an award-winning author, and there's so many fascinating facts that I've just found out about him. So I'm going to let him introduce himself. Good afternoon, Philip.
Well, good afternoon. I'm known as Philip Chen. I'm known as the 10-second maths expert in the world. I teach children to do mathematics in 10 seconds, and also I'm a child genius mentor. What that means is I teach ordinary people, children, to become child genius. Also, this year is my 56th year with UNICEF, and I'm a children's champion for them, so to raise funds for them.
Wow, such a long list of accomplishments. You said something about being able to teach ordinary children how to be child geniuses. Can you be taught to be a genius, or do you have to be born with it?
Absolutely not. Everyone has the potential to become genius with the right motivation and training. There's 95% of the people in the world with the right motivation and training can become a math genius.
Well, I'm not very good at math, so I'll probably be speaking to you later. Tell us about your book.
Well, although I'm known as a 10-second maths expert, at school all the way to age 14, I was actually bottom in every subject, including mathematics. So I did the research and found out all these wonderful methods have been around for years. So I practiced them, and because I practiced them and I did really well, and people said, how do you do that? So I now just share my knowledge. So there's nothing original. These surround me for hundreds of years. That is why someone who was bottom like me at school and now the number one 10-second maths expert, that means any children with the right motivation and stimulation, they too can do it.
And Philip, Mensa is such a globally renowned organisation. Tell us more about Mensa and what's the steps you can take if you wanted to apply to become a member.
Well, obviously Mensa, there's a procedure you can apply to, but I'm not so much with Mensa, I'm actually with UNICEF, and which is the United Nations Children's Fund. But if you want to become a member of Mensa, just go to Google, find out. You can actually take a free test and to see how you get on, and then if you want to become a member, then you can go for a formal test and to become a Mensa. And they're wonderful. Whatever age you are, just go for it.
And where can we find copies of your book?
You can find this on Amazon, or go to www.jetsetlearning.com and you can actually order my book as well.
Keep inspiring, Philip.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, I'm joined by Jostein Abraham, another author on the red carpet. Good afternoon, Jostein.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Tell us more about your work.
I am an author for domestic violence. I do advocate for women and then being an ambassador for Africa on a platform called Loni, where we look after women who have been abused, women who have gone through adversity, women who are unable to help themselves, they are unable to speak. Sometimes when you are confronted with issues, you find it very difficult to speak. So we go in as an organization and try to help them and try to empower them and try to reinvent the confidence into them. So that's exactly what I do.
If you could just kindly hold the poster up a bit higher so we can see. What's the name of the book and what's the...
After the Storm. This is my book I written for myself after domestic violence. I went through domestic violence myself. I was married 3 times. Then the first husband died, the second died, the third, it was disaster. And it was very difficult for me to go through life whilst I was still very young, and I struggled with life and having nobody to tell, nobody to talk to about my life. So I decided to keep quiet, which later had an impact to my life when I was about 30. I mean, after 30 years, that's when I decided to open up, which is 2011. After all these years I've been quiet, but I struggled because of keeping it to myself. I had to suffer from blood pressure. I nearly had a stroke because of keeping quiet. So the doctors were really helpful in that situation. That's how I changed my situation and started to speak. And knowing who I am in Christ Jesus has helped myself to change and change a lot of things in life. I feel much happier, though this happened some 20, 30 years ago. And I feel I'm a conqueror. I'm not a victim anymore. I'm a victor, even after going through such thing, which I would advise or urge anyone to read my book or to go through my story. You can go through on my webpage and you can see what exactly I'm talking about regarding my journey. And I'm just happy to be here and to be alive.
What's your webpage address?
www.peaceafterthestorm.net. That's where I can be found. I am developing a page because I'm doing quite a lot of stuff recently. We've been to Morocco last month, 2 months ago, speaking to women, empowering them, and it was just an exciting moment that I could see that things are changing in the world. And I'm just arriving this afternoon from India. Yes, I just arrived. I left India yesterday, and it was an exciting journey again. We went to places where we went to see orphanage, we went to see the widows who have been abused, we went to see children. I've got some videos where I've been empowering children in schools and telling them about bullying and harassment, talking to widows and tell them that they are not alone, talking to the abused women to tell them to stand up for themselves and speak. So I'm so honored in that way. And after that we left and we came to Kiev, Ukraine. I met another bunch of women which we helped, and we have grown seeds everywhere. So I'm quite happy that things are happening.
Well, you're a woman of incredible courage and strength. And it was a great privilege to meet you, and we hope your story can inspire others.
I really hope that people will read my story and see what I'm doing in the community. I hope it will help some of us.
Thank you so much, Jostein.
Thank you.
I'm joined by Gina Bell, author of Positive Affirmations. Good afternoon, Gina.
Hello, how are you? Good, and it's Mirror Affirmations.
Tell us about your book.
My book is about helping women to understand who they are through the eyes of God. So my journey started by understanding that God has a calling on our lives. And when we can answer that, we move into purpose. But sometimes we have a difficult time hearing and moving forward in that because of all the pain that we feel and the circumstances. And so the book is about helping to reveal who you really are by eliminating the guilt and the pain of past experiences and how you can then step into your purpose.
And Mirror Affirmations, where did the inspiration for the title come from?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Where did the inspiration for the title of the book?
The inspiration came from my own life because I was that woman who was lost. And it was only after getting lost and really falling on hard times, being broken. And it was in the midst of that brokenness that I understood that I began to hear this calling on my life. But I believed that it was there all along. But because of all the issues that were going on, I couldn't hear it. And so as I began to heal and as I began to rediscover that woman, it totally changed my life. And I know that there are a lot of women that suffer, and oftentimes in silence and mask. And it was only when I was able to eliminate that mask that I could really see the person that God had created. And so my inspiration is to help women all across the globe to heal and to find themselves, rediscover that woman that God has created, so that she steps into her power and she makes a difference in the world. So my book is not a read, it's an experience. And it's an experience of rediscovery and of shedding all the baggage that we have, and then we finally move and we can say, I got this, and walk authentically in who we are. So the book walks you through that whole process and helps you to understand and begin to rewrite the stories of your life from a whole different purpose and meaning. And then you're able to really step forward and be that dynamic woman that God has created you.
Where can we find a copy of the book?
You can find it on 2 locations. The first, I do have a website. It's www.mirroraffirmationsthebook.com. And you can also find it on Amazon.
Thank you so much, Gina.
Oh, thank you so much, and I'm having a wonderful time, and it was very nice talking to you. Thank you so much.
Take care, bye. I'm joined on the red carpet by 2 more authors. Good afternoon, what's your name?
Remy Cootie.
What's your name?
Ross Mallory.
Okay, tell us more about your work.
I'm a property investor. Yeah, been in property for the last 10, 20 years. Owned my own business. I was in telecom business, run a successful business. In the last 5 years, I've been more concentrating on my property portfolio, building that up, attending networking events, connecting with the right people. Also, just building up my connections and globally. Yeah. So, do you want me to talk about the book?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. The book that we've put together with Ross Merlin, he used to be my trainer. Okay. We've put a book together, service accommodation, where a lot of people are getting into service accommodation to get their foot on the ladder for the first time. So we've put a book together telling people the real story of what happens in the service accommodation industry and how the good, the bad, the ugly side of the business, because people always think property is a get rich quick scheme, but it's not actually as it is. You can make loads of money in that industry, but there's a lot of process that you've got to put together.
And what made you want to write a book?
Really just to share my journey. I've been involved with property for around 11 years now. I've seen lots of highs, lows and other bits and pieces along the way. So I felt like a lot of people that are sort of training in the industry, they're giving a false message to people getting into the industry for the first time. So really trying to show the real side of what they're going to face, really to prepare them so they can, make a success in this business.
What was it like working with Remy?
Absolute nightmare. No, we're joking. No, just as with a lot of the clients, we work closely together. We build a good relationship, and it's about moving forward together, sharing the opportunities as well. So yeah, Remy is one of the clients that I trained about 4 years ago, and he's just got on from sort of strength to strength. So yeah, it's been a pleasure, really.
Just remind us again of the title and where we can get a copy.
The title is Service Accommodation, and it's the real story of service accommodation, and the book will be out on Amazon. So we're pre-launching it today, so letting people know, making the noise that people can order online. We'll send a link out there to pre-order it. Yep.
Thank you both. Thank you. Enjoy your afternoon. Thank you. I'm joined by author, coach and pastor, Mr. Tunji Olujimi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Tell us more about your work.
Okay, so I'm Jody Jimmy, and I'm the CEO of Accelerated Authors Academy. And what we do is we work with entrepreneurs, coaches and consultants, and also ministers of the gospel to help share their message, which is to write a book and publish it in 90 days so that they can increase their impact, their influence, and their income.
And how can an aspiring author find their X factor?
Well, find out what you like to do. If you have a particular skill, you can share that skill. If you've been through an experience, you can share that experience. So everyone has an X factor. You just need to find it and write about it.
What's the number one tip that you give aspiring authors?
What I say is you need to first plan your book before you write your book, because every book is first birthed before it's put into the world.
And if someone wants to sign up for your coaching program, how can they find out more info?
They can find me on social media. So if you put in my name, Tunji Olujimi, you can get me, or Accelerated Authors Academy, or you go to acceleratedauthors.academy.com.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your afternoon.
You too.
I'm joined by a very glamorous woman on the red carpet, Celestia Barbie. Good afternoon, Celestia.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Thank you.
Brilliant.
How do you feel today?
Just absolutely beautiful. Pleasure for being here, and yeah, just excited.
What's the name of your book?
It's called How to Find Your Real Soul and Become a Boss.
Oh, boss lady. What's that about?
So it's an inspirational book based on becoming a lost soul, being in the wrong crowd, and then actually giving you light at the end of the tunnel. So it's step-by-step guidance to become more deeper thinking and more awakened within this beautiful world. And it talks about all different various ways of being up and down, and it's creative and fun and intelligent, full of quotes and poems and quirky facts, and it really helps people become more confident and full of self-love and value.
And if a young lady's looking at you and thinking, I want to write a book, but I don't have the confidence, what would you say to them?
Well, I wrote my book in my bedroom, so we've all you know what I mean, sit down, get a pen and paper, just start writing some notes down. And the thing is, you need to do a few things in life first before you can have the ability. It's nice to, say that I met a 5-year-old in here tonight that started doing her book, so age is just a number. But I think as you do go through life, you do gain more knowledge to be able to write more deeper and improve every time. And for instance, this book is one of many for me. I'm going to go up to the ladder of success, not just being an author, but also being a life coach and inspirational speaker. Yeah.
Where can we find copies of the book?
I sell the book on my website, which is www.celestiavip.com. Also, my Instagram and my Facebook and my Twitter is very active. It's Celestia_boss_VIP. VIP means very inspirational person. I utilise my social media massively. I've got 120,000 online followers. I consistently give out daily inspiration, whether it's to do with confidence within not just the way you look, but also the way you think and the way you act. So I help all sorts of different, unusual, interesting people, whether they're having a bad day to whether they're having a good day. I give them inspiration to keep alive and to keep pumping and aiming towards self-belief and success.
Well, Celestia, you're the beautiful lady with a unique name. Keep being the boss lady that you are.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Here's another incredibly inspirational author on the red carpet. His name is Jody Jimmy. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Thanks for taking the time to interview me. This is fantastic. Lovely environment, cool people, intellectual discussion, and a lot of fun. And if you're missing this, you're missing something. Just be in the game.
Yeah. What's the name of your books?
Well, I'm an author that has published 4 books at the moment. I have published The 12 Virtues of the Extraordinary, which is my new release. I've published The Philosophy of Greatness, Inspiration and Wisdom, and The Power of Words.
And what are your books about?
Well, my books basically focus on self-development, discovery of oneself, and I write profound statements, philosophically, because profounds are aphorism that helps shape people's life and bring out the best in people.
And where can we find out more about your book?
Oh, fantastic. My books are everywhere. My mark are everywhere. To find out about my books, if you go on Amazon, if you just type I or Jimmy, it will bring you everything about my book. Aside from that, if you want to benefit on a daily inspiration on how to shape, transform, and move yourself to the next level, join my Facebook. I or Jimmy on Facebook, I or Jimmy on Twitter, I or Jimmy on Instagram, and I or Jimmy on LinkedIn. You will have a lot of fun with inspiration that will kick your day and make you kick your butt and go bring out something out of the day. You don't want to miss it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ayo. Keep inspired.
It's a pleasure. Keep the spirit flying. If you don't quit, you will conquer. Thank you.
I'm joined by author Jim Hetherington on the red carpet. Good afternoon, Jim.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
I say you look very chic, just like James Bond.
Well, thanks very much.
Tell us the name of your book and what it's about.
My book is entitled Your Relationship Rescue Handbook, 11 F Words to Increase the Love. And so my book, I talk about how to value ourselves through these 11 F words and to how to increase the value as a person, as an individual, and how that helps us get the relationships that we want, not just what we have to settle for.
Is there a central thing that we all need to be doing to make our relationships healthier?
I think so. I think we really need to know who we are. Yeah. We need to identify what we believe and what we value as a core person. Then we can attract those same people into our life rather than chasing something that really isn't there. So I think understanding who we are as an individual first will attract that right person.
Incredible. And how can we find out more about your book or purchase a copy?
You can purchase copies on Amazon. So I'm on Amazon all over the place. .ca. I'm from Canada, by the way. I don't think I told you that, but I'm from Canada. But it's on Amazon in Canada. It's on Amazon in UK as well. And you can also go to increasethelove.com and you can find out more about my book there.
From Jim, the Love Doctor. Thank you very much. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you very much.
I'm joined on the red carpet by a man who's very distinguished and incredibly accomplished. His name is Professor Chris Imafelo, and he's going to tell us more about his award-winning work. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the great work you're doing, because it's much more than entertainment. It's educating and inspiring the public, and that's why I love television like yours. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Please tell us about your work as an author.
Yeah, we did a book on the British monarchy. And that was 6 years ago. And when the Queen was 90, we rewrote it to bring out how she has changed, yet the monarchy is still the same. And the book was honored with an award at the BAFTA, the British BAFTA, 2 years ago.
And was that the award here?
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
What's the name of the book?
It's Motherhood and Monarchy, because she's one of the first few people that is combining the role of a monarch, that means ruling a kingdom, as well as producing the next monarch. Most people just say queens because queens are married to kings, but she's not married to a king. She's a king as well as the queen. So she combines two roles. Yet she's able to combine that very well because she's successful as a mother, successful as a monarch, and successfully marry modernity. I mean, what is new and what is coming. For instance, she has a Twitter account. She has a Facebook account. So most monarchs will say, no, that's for grandchildren. And she's very active on Instagram. And it's not someone doing it for her. Is she really picking up items that should be published? And she's such a fantastic inspiration. I think as a woman, most people should just forget about women in politics and look at women in leadership, because she's in leadership. Politics means you have to come every 4 years to renew your contract. Leadership means that she's there for a very long time, and she's seen so many prime ministers come and go. I think she's something that the whole world should know more about.
Do you have a special interest in the monarchy, or do you write about other topics as well?
I write about other topics. My primary area is informatics, and I have also done some book chapters on social media, and I've helped successfully supervise multiple PhDs. One of them was technology-enabled business strategies. Anyone in any field today should realize that technology cuts across every discipline. Whether you're a lawyer or you're a doctor, you need to keep your clinical records. If you're a lawyer, you need to keep all your documents, and the safest way to do that is literally electronically.
How can we find out more about your work?
If you follow me at Chris Imafidon, Chris, C-H-R-I-S, Imafidon, I-M-A-F-I-D-O-N. That's on Twitter. That's on Instagram as well. And Chris O. Imafidon is on Facebook. And I have a public page on Facebook. And the BBC also gave us an award recently because we've been able to raise children as young as 6 to explore using technology to understand concepts that 16-year-olds find difficult to understand. So we have 6 and 7-year-olds that have already reached GCSE maths and passed. So we have the world record for GCSE, world record for A-level maths, A-level French, and A-level German, and A-level technology, information technology. So using these tools enables anybody. I really don't care about your age. So we've had students as young as 15 graduating from Oxford with a master's, because they use a technology that is superior to that of their grandfathers. Therefore, their performance is miles better than that of their grandparents or grandparents.
Professor Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure talking to you. Please keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm joined by Zeinab on the red carpet, who is an author, I believe. Hello, Zeinab. Good afternoon.
Hi, Ayo. Nice meeting you and talking to you.
You look amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very shimmery.
Thank you. I know.
Thank you.
Dressing to win.
And tell us about your book.
Okay, your masterpiece has been brought to earth because I want to inspire people to be the best version of themselves, to be living and stepping in their power and never doubting their greatness, because they have all it takes. You have all it takes within you to become whoever you want to be. You can have and be everything and anything you want. The only limits are you. So going through this limiting belief system and decluttering everything that's happening within in order for you to bring the essence of who you are, do what you're passionate about. Let go of fear because of the faith in you and your ability to conquer the world. And this is what your masterpiece is about, is empowering people to go out and go for it.
Okay. And where can we find copies of this book?
I'll be on Amazon. The ebook version will be on Amazon end of this year. And the launch of the hard copy book would be end of this year as well, probably around end of December or January. Yay.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much.
Keep sparkling.
Yeah, I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm joined by a very elegant Celestia Brown on the red carpet. And if I said your name wrongly, please correct me, Celestia. How are you?
Celestia Brown. Yeah, very well, thank you. Thanks.
And you're an author. Tell us more about your book.
Yes, I was guided to write the book after the death of my husband. He died at the age of 47. And after his passing, I actually went through a spiritual awakening. And through that, I started with psychic abilities. And then it went on from there, really how to go through grief, but a mindfulness, in a mindfulness way. So,
what's the name of the book?
The Right Path, Life After Death.
And do you do personal one-on-one reading?
No, it's more about the mindfulness that I'd like to concentrate on, helping people to go through grief, loss of any sort. It doesn't have to be the death of a loved one, it can be loss of a pet or even a breakdown of a relationship. It's just to help, to keep moving forward in life and not get stuck in the grief. And that is through a mindfulness approach to living.
And how can we find out more about your writing and your work?
Well, I have a website, www.celestiabrown.com, and everything's there. So, my main aim is really just to help people move forward. And with that, it's to let people know that although we do go through pain in life, with a mindfulness approach to living, you can alleviate some of the suffering.
And Celestia is spelled?
S-A-O-I-R-S-E. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Enjoy your afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
I'm joined by Annie and Tolani on the red carpet. Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon.
What do you think of this event so far?
I think it's beautiful. I think it's like a coming together of artists from different parts of Nigeria, the whole world essentially. So I think it's beautiful so far.
And what's your opinion?
I hear authors from Canada and all other parts of the world are here, so it's really, really beautiful, gathering of great writers and that inspire, because when you write a book, you pave the way. You make people stop making mistakes, and then they can learn from your mistakes and forge ahead. So this is really amazing to be here.
And what kind of books do you like to read?
I like bestsellers, the ones that inspire, basically the ones like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Those kind of series inspire me a lot. The Napoleon Hills. So I like those kind of books.
And you, Annie?
I love to read just about, things that are funny, things that can inspire me, and spiritual books as well. Yeah.
Well, you both look fabulous, and I hope you enjoy your afternoon.
I hope so too. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. You too.
I'm joined by multi-author Cheryl Ivanescu. Good afternoon, Cheryl.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
Amazing.
Brilliant. So tell us more about your books.
Well, it's been a really great year. I've written multiple books, and the book that I'm here about is my own book called Having a Life of More.
What's that about?
It's actually inspired by my 100-year-young grandfather and his 12 principles to achieving health, wealth, and success.
And how can we find out more about this book?
You can find out more about this book by coming to my website called havingalifeofmore.com and lifestylewellnesscenter.com.
What's the one tip you can give a viewer about just being the best version of themselves?
The best version of oneself, really, and it might be something that sounds familiar, but to be it is something else. So it's really about not looking for anything outside of yourself, but allowing the outside to be a mirror for reflection.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed the event.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm joined by another author. There's so many brains in the room this evening. Jeanette Clark Penfield. Good afternoon.
Hello, I'm really excited to be here today.
Thank you, and we love your outfit.
Thank you so much. I was born in the beautiful Caribbean island of Trinidad and Tobago, and the name of my book is Pain Passes, but the Beauty Remains. And the book really entails a girl coming from the Caribbean who endured a lot of pain and hardship, but was able to use her pain to support and transform her life, and while doing that, transform the lives of others.
Is it a fictional book, or is it based on your life story?
It's based on my life story, but also based on addiction. My father was an alcoholic, so I used my book to touch various lives, people who are affected by addiction, alcoholic, drug abuse, and to show them that they can overcome and also help their families and friends to overcome as well.
And where can we get copies of this important book?
The book, it will be soon advertised on Amazon and my Facebook page, author Janelle Floral Design. I'm also a floral artist, and I also work at St. Mary's Hospital here in Paddington.
Well, you look fabulous in pink, and we hope you enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm joined by Tommy Edwards, who's got a very, very important role here at today's event. But I'll let her tell you about that. Hey, Tommy.
Hi. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. You said something to me about your app here in the event. Tell us more about it.
So I run an event tech startup called Eventbrite, and at the app at this event today, Eventbrite Corporate is powering the event. So basically, we've created an event mobile app for them, which basically you could view the different nominees of the awards from the app. You could see the different directions to get here, different pictures that people are going to be taking. They could upload it onto the app. They could chat on there, they could see the agenda, and pretty much get a fantastic attendee experience. And that's one of the things we do at Eventbrite.
Taking technology right to the next level. How can you help other people, and how can they find out more information about you?
Just check us on eventbrite.com. Basically what we do is we basically leverage technology to simplify the way we manage, promote and run any events, both corporate and private. And so check out eventbrite.com. You'll be amazed at what we are doing. We're doing quite a lot for the private industry where you do weddings, birthdays and things. But we've not left the corporate out. So for the corporates, we provide them with event mobile apps, provide them with task management tools, speaker management tools, just things to make their life easy and make the event just run smoothly.
Thank you so much. I hope that someone will get in touch with you and utilize your service.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Here's Isabel on the red carpet, a beautiful damsel. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Tell us more about yourself.
Well, I'm 26 from Sweden. So I flew here yesterday. Back home I have a blog and I have my own documentary. And right now I'm writing my own book.
What's the book about?
It's about my life and growing up with abuse inside of the home and family. And just my whole story. I have so many crazy stories to tell, and I think if I can tell them, maybe somebody can relate and maybe help somebody.
And what's the book's title?
Be the Movie.
Be the Movie, very nice. And what's the name of your blog?
What?
The name of your blog,
Issy Rodriguez.
And how can we find out more about you?
On my blog. On my blog, yes.
No worries. Thank you so much, Isabel.
Thank you.
Now, I love this lady because she's so funky and so fearless. Hi, Sandra. How are you?
I am very good, thank you.
What inspired your style choice this evening?
This is just my style, and of course it is a gala, so you need to have a dress, but you will always find me with a hat.
Switch it up a little bit. So tell us about your work as an author.
Yes, so this is a book, and it's called Transformational Stories with 10 women in it. Everyone of us telling our story. So this is my pitch for my own book, which is coming next year, and I just thought that was a great way to get started.
Okay. And how can we find out more about your book that's due to be released and more about this work as well?
Then you will go to soulfitness.se. That's my company, Soul Fitness Health, Heart and Soul. And I work with my concept, which is from pain to power.
Well, you're the best dressed this evening, in my opinion, and I hope you stay funky and fabulous.
Thank you. You're fabulous too. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
So I'm here with author Raymond Harlow, who is one of the proud recipients of an award this evening. How do you feel?
I feel amazing.
And what would you like to say to the Global Authors Club?
Oh, it's amazing. Philip is amazing. I love the work he's doing. I literally flew in here from Toronto, Canada yesterday. But I love the weather here. It's much warmer than Toronto.
Seriously? Okay, and tell us more about your book.
So this book is a compilation of 21 co-authors. I brought everybody together, and they're all expert in the health and wellness arena, ranging from doctors, PhD professors, health coaches, mentors, people who has had amazing results themselves, healing themselves. So it's just an amazing read. Some people call it an encyclopedia because of how much information there is, but it's concise and it's in regular language.
And it's called Holistic Health?
The Handbook to Holistic Health. If you go to h3book.com, you can see all the authors there.
Well, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And enjoy your award.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Keep up the good work.
Yes.
Thank you. Once again with Mr. Jim Hetherington, the one, the only Love Doctor. How does it feel to have won an award this evening?
It feels terrific. To be recognized for the work that you do is just fantastic.
What would you like to say to the organisers of this event?
The organizers, Philip just went over the top. You know, all the people that are helping him and encouraging him and behind him, supporting him, they've just gone over the top. This red carpet, you know, having the interviews, the awards, just the recognition has just been amazing.
Well, enjoy your award.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. I'm joined by Janine, who's also received an award this evening. How does it feel?
It's absolutely great. I never expected it, but it's amazing. Thank you.
And what's the name of your book?
It's a book that I co-authored with 10 other ladies, or 9 other ladies actually, and it's called Awaken the Lioness Within You. And it's about being, it's a story of the 10 business women and the journey that they had to go through to become what they are today.
That sounds incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Awesome. It's excellent.
Okay. What would you like to say to Philip, the organizer?
Philip, thank you for inviting us. Thank you for having us nominated, and it's been great to win this award, the global winner. So that's wonderful. And the event has been a full day.
And it's such a beautiful trophy as well.
It's beautiful, absolutely. So it's been wonderful. Thank you, Philip.
Well, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm joined by Sylvia, who is also a proud recipient. Congratulations, Sylvia.
Thank you very much.
How does it feel?
Oh, it's feeling great, really great. Yes, this is just a dream coming true, so it's really great.
Now, how does this encourage you to do more great work?
Right now I'm writing another book because I'm in Polish, so I'm writing now in the Polish. It's something like empowering women to finding themselves and just being themselves and taking care of themselves. So that's why I'm writing another book.
That's wonderful. Well, we'll look forward to seeing that book as well. And congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much.
I'm joined by Zeinab, who has won a lovely award. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so happy and to be having this award as really an award for my work, for your masterpiece, for people acknowledging the work, and for people willing to step into their power. That's the most important thing for me.
Keep inspiring people.
Amazing. That's my mission on earth, and I'm not going to quit ever.
Well, we hope you don't. Well, congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited. Thank you.
I'm speaking to Tolani, who is one of the guests at this event, and he has a personal story that he'll like to share. Tolani?
Yeah, thank you very much, Ayo. Basically, I come from humble beginnings in Lagos, Nigeria. And back in Lagos, we're into real estate. We sell lands and houses. So we've come to London twice every year. We come to London to exhibit at the London Exhibition Centre. So basically, we like to see where people are going to and get there before they get there, so we could buy land cheap, and so that we could afford people to own homes and lands at the very minimal for maximum returns on their investment. You understand? So that is why we do what we do. So lots of partners have come on board, and over the years we've made them, they've gone from thousands to millions, and from millions to, we've made a lot of people rich. So you should join the train.
So in order to join the train, how can they find out more information about your company?
Okay, you could check us out on Instagram at Property Exclusive, and you should also check us out at Tolani_Roosevelt on Instagram as well. Thank you, guys.
Maybe you should put your get-rich-quick tips in a book.
We don't have any get-rich-quick tips. We do it the old-fashioned way. God is not making them anymore, it's land. So invest.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm joined by the beautiful Joy Zentz here on the red carpet. She's an author and a proud recipient of an award this evening. Congratulations, Joy.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm feeling so proud. Yes. I mean, getting an award for a newcomer author because you're very new, and not only for me and the team, because you're co-authored 11 women from all over Europe sharing our truth. So these are very unique book, actually. It's things that we talk about our own stories. Each has a chapter, and they talk about really how the life is here when they came to Europe, what they went through. You know how it is when we come to Europe. We don't want to say what it is we have when we go back in Africa. And this time we put it right in the chapter, the way it is. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be very straightforward. You're going to cry at some point. And we've targeted all sort of type of women and children as well, because we also have youth. We have 2 youth who have also shared their stories, how they come here with the 2 parent cultures. You're in Europe and you're in African culture. How is it? How do you manage that? So they shared their stories. So it's really such a great honor.
Awesome. What's the name of the book, and where can we get a copy?
Yes, the book is called African Women in Europe because it's an organization that has been existing for 10 years, and we're doing an anniversary, and the women decided to share their stories. So that's why it's called African Women in Europe. It's a volume 1. So we actually sold out the first 500 copies in 2 months. I'm here actually to get the next copy, so I'll be flying back with some more. So you can order the book. We are on our website, www.africanwomenineurope.eu. You're going to find a link which will take you to where you can order, and we'll send it direct to you. And here in UK, we also have our distributors as well. We will link you up with them. So that should not be. But anyway, in Europe, give us a shout and we'll send it to you. Just fill up the form. It's a simple form. And your payment is through PayPal. And we're also on Amazon as well. So we are very widely spread for payments. Yes.
Very, very well-organized organization. And from us to you and your team, congratulations once again, and keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you so much. Women, together we are strong. And that's our motto. Okay.
What an amazing time we've had at the Global Authors Award 2018 here at the Crown Plaza in luxurious Kensington. We've heard from so many recipients who've taken their pain in their personal stories and turned it into purpose. And if there's anything I've learned from this event is that if there's a book inside of you, please grab a pen and let the world hear your stories. I'm your host, Remy, and join us next time on Otun Ara Entertainment Television. Bye-bye.
Otun Ara Entertainment.